Some time ago, that was like many months ago, I did a video on 7 mistakes that people make with their 9 to 5 job. And recently, I also did a video on what I titled 8 reasons why you shouldn't depend on your 9 to 5 job. Now, for some people, having seen that video, it may look as though that I do not support the 9 to 5 job. And that's because for many months I've always talked about having business, the importance of having business and all that stuff. But I just wanted to quickly say this: the fact that I do those videos does not mean that I do not support 9 to 5 jobs. As a matter of fact, if there is one thing you've got to understand, is that 9 to 5 job has its own advantage. Remember, every coin has 2 sides. Now, if you've not seen those videos that I just mentioned, 7 mistakes that people make with a 9 to 5 job, 8 reasons why you shouldn't depend on your 9 to 5 job alone. If you've not seen those videos, I will just put the link below. You can even see the thumbnail on the screen now showing, so I will just put those videos there so that you can go watch those videos. But on today's video, I want to talk about what I titled a case for 9 to 5 job. That is the benefits, the importance of having a 9 to 5 job. Now, if you want to hear what I have to say, just sit back and relax. Coming up. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Franklin from Money Code Academy, and I'm glad you're watching today. If this is your first time of coming to this channel, I talk about personal finance, I talk about entrepreneurship, I talk about business and everything in between. Okay, so if this is something that interests you, consider subscribing and don't forget to like this video, watch to the end, and share with men and women out there who need to hear this. Now, I know that there are people who may not really want to hear this, because when you go online today, there are lots of people who are spitting out a lot of things about the 9 to 5 job. They say it's slavery. Some people say it is very stressful. Some people say a lot of things, and I get it. But the truth is, I do not, and I'm going to repeat this, I do not share the same opinion. It is true that I have often said don't depend on your job alone, and I will just share with you the reasons why I've said that, in the course of this very video. But then, while I do have that opinion that you shouldn't depend on your 9 to 5 job alone, I want to say this: I am also a believer of you having a 9 to 5 job. And that's because, first of all, I am an employer. You get the point now. I employ people. I've employed people in the past, and I know the importance of this. You get the point now. I know the importance of this, and that's why I want to share with you some of the benefits of having a 9 to 5 job. I am not against it. I want to say this again. I am not against it. I am for it. And here are some of the reasons you need to have a 9 to 5 job. If you're listening to me and you've never worked somewhere, this is something that you should try. You should try it, because I have worked before for someone. In fact, I've worked in 2 different companies in my early years. Okay, but in those years, I learned a lot. I'm telling you, I learned a lot. And so I just want to share a few things here that will help you. If, for example, you're listening to me right now, you have a 9 to 5 job, don't hate it, love it, embrace it for these reasons. Number one, having a 9 to 5 job, it will bring discipline into your life. I'm telling you, if there is one thing, one of the negative sides of entrepreneurship is the lack of discipline. If you are not disciplined, if you don't have this thing in your life, I'm telling you, you may not succeed as an entrepreneur. That's the truth. Because when you're working for yourself, nobody is monitoring you, nobody is giving you targets, you're not reporting to anybody. So you can wake up anytime you want to wake up. And guess what? If you continue to misbehave like this, your business will never grow, because it takes discipline for businesses to grow. That's the truth. You get the point now? So the first thing that having a 9 to 5 job will do in your life is that it will teach you discipline. And this is very important. Discipline. When you have discipline, when you know that you have someone who's going to scold you, when you know that you have someone whom you have to be accountable to, it has a way of creating this sense of discipline in your life. So having a 9 to 5 job is very important, because it will bring discipline into your life, into the way you do your job, into the way you do your things. Okay. The second benefit of having a 9-to-5 job is that it will teach you how to work in the corporate world. Let me tell you something. There is an expectation of you out there in the corporate world. There are things that are expected of you in the corporate world. And the truth is, until and unless you learn these things, you cannot really even do business in the corporate world. So having a 9-to-5 job, it helps you to understand the nitty-gritties, the things that are important, the things that are expected of you in the corporate, to help you to work effectively in the corporate world. Okay, so that's something that you've got to understand. The third benefit is that it will help you to relate with people. It will help you to know how to relate with people. This is so important. Hear me, my brothers and sisters, my friends. You've got to understand it. When it comes to life, one of the key things about life is relationship. If you take a look at it right from your school days up until this moment, you've met with series and series of people. In fact, what makes life is relationship. You get a point now? What makes life is what is relationship. And if you're going to know how to relate with people, because you will see toxic people, you will see good people, you will see semi-good people, you will see the good, the bad, and the ugly. But then how to still relate with these people and do your job is of great importance. You get the point now. So this is something that, it will go a long way to help. Sorry, my kids are just trying to jump out of the room, but I have to do this recording. It is so important. So as I was saying, having the 9-to-5 job, it will help you to relate, to learn how to relate to people. Do you know that there are people today who do not know how to relate with people at all? When you take a look at them, sometimes you are almost wanting to call them sadists, but then it's not their fault because they don't know how to relate to people. But this will help you to know how to relate with people. Now, another benefit of having a 9-to-5 job is that it will help you to know how to submit to authority. I cannot stress this enough. We're living in a world today where people don't want to serve. We're living in a world today where people do not want to submit to any kind of authority. They want to be their own authority. But the truth remains that if you are your own authority, you will fail. When you become your own authority, hear me, you are on the road to failure and you can't come out of that path. That's the truth. Even people who are into business, they still have some people that they submit to, people who they call mentors, people who they can listen to. So having a 9-to-5 job is one thing that will help you a great deal. It is true that there are some bosses that will want to overdo this thing, but yeah, they have good bosses, they have bad bosses. But whatever be the case, you've got to understand that this is something that you will benefit from it. Now, in case you're working already for someone and you are not submitting, I want to encourage you, go and learn submission. Until and unless you give submission, no one will submit to you. It is that simple. That's the truth. Another benefit here is that it will teach you how to work with what? Diligence. In the corporate world, if there's anything that they prioritize, there is diligence. They want you to do your work with such impeccability that, they don't want anything to go wrong. If you're going to learn this thing, then a 9-to-5 job will help you a great deal. Do not listen to people who tell you, people who are having a 9-to-5 job, they are wasting their time. Hear me, it is not true. Every coin has two sides. Never forget that. It will help you to work with what? With diligence. The Holy Book, the Bible says, here's the man who is diligent in his work. It says he will stand among kings. In other words, diligence will help you to stand, amongst men and women who are influential. Amazingly, many people want to be rich, but they are not willing to be diligent. If there is one characteristic of riches, if there is one strength of riches, it is what? Diligence. I'm telling you, you lack diligence, that's it. It will be difficult for you to be rich. When you see men and women who are highly placed, go and check their lives very well. You'll be amazed at the way they meticulously attend to their responsibilities. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. You get the point now? So that's something that having a 9-to-5 job will help you do. Another benefit is that it will help you to know how to work with time. In the corporate world, they give you a responsibility and say, from this time to this time, you have to finish your work. And no excuses, because that's what they are paying you for, right? So you have no excuses. Now, this is very good because when you finally have your own thing, your own business, if you have learned how to work with time, that's the same thing you go and put in out there. That's why I tell people, irrespective of the fact that I say do not depend on your 9-to-5 job alone, it does not negate the importance, the benefits that having a 9 to 5 job will bring into your life. You see that now? So that's something that you truly need to work on. Now, the next benefit here is it will teach you how to value money. You know, a lot of times when people are not yet earning, when they haven't gone through the rigors, the process of earning, the difficulties of earning, they don't value any money. When you give them $50 or $100, they just look at you and like, come on, what do I do with this? Okay, any money you give to them, they can spend it anyhow. But when you are working for the money, when you are going through difficulties to get the money, hear me, you will have value for money. And why having value for money is so important is because when you have value for money, it will help you to manage your finances properly. You get the point now? And of course, financial management is one of the pillars of financial freedom. I'm going to be doing a video very soon on the pillars of financial freedom. Okay, I also did a series on understanding what financial freedom truly is, understanding financial freedom. I will just put the link in the description box below. Go and listen to that video. It will go a very long way to help you to understand what financial freedom is truly all about. Now, the next benefit here is that it will help you meet up with your bills, not riches. This is so important. I'm going to explain this to you. When it comes to having a 9 to 5 job, let me tell you something. It will help you a great deal when it comes to meeting up with your bills. That's the truth. When it comes to meeting up with your bills, paying up your bills, it will help you a great deal. Because see, when we talk about business, while it is good for you to have your own business, something you need to know about business is that business does not begin to pay you immediately. This is the downside of business. As good as business is, business has its own downside. And one of the downsides is that it does not begin to pay you immediately. You've got to understand this. It's a long-term project. But a 9 to 5 job can begin to give you money per hour or weekly or twice a month or once a month, but at least you will get something quickly. So that's one benefit that having a 9 to 5 job would bring into your life. You will not be owing, you will have your bills met again and again. So that's one of the important. It's something that I really cherish when it comes to having a 9 to 5 job. You get the point now. Now, the next one is that it will help you understand the value of work. There are people today who want to do well in their lives, but they've got no value for work. They've got no value for labor or for service. They just want to be up there. But let me tell you the truth. It's not possible for you to be up there without working yourself up there. That's the truth. You've got to climb the ladder. There are no two ways about it. You've got to climb up the ladder. That's the truth. Climb it. Climb up the ladder. To go a long way to help you. You see that now? So it will help you to know, to understand the value of what it means to put in the work if you are going to get money. Put in the work. Without the work, you can't get money. Understand this. But living in a world today where people just want to make money, they just want to make the money without work. It's not going to happen. Understand this. Work is so important if you want money. This is very, very important for the upcoming youths. Without work, forget it. Just go and rest somewhere. Not going to happen. See that now? So that's something that you really need to look at. Okay. Now, the next thing here is that it will help you to have friends. This one is amazing. It will help you to do what? To have friends. When you are doing your 9 to 5 job, you will meet amazing people. You will meet people who share the same opinions with you. You meet amazing people, and it will help you to learn how to relate with these friends and maintain friendship and all that. So that's something that having a 9 to 5 job do in your life. And then it will also help you to learn how to become your own boss. When I was working, one of the things that I began to take a look at, I began to observe, because I knew this was not going to be a long-term path for me. So I began to observe how things have been done, began to observe how things have been run, you know. So when I was learning really, really fast. And most of the things that I learned, that is what is helping me today in my entrepreneurial journey. You get the point now? So that's something that you need to know about the 9 to 5 job. But then, like I always say, even if you are working at this time of your life, you should know that this is not something that you should do forever. The reason is because when it comes to having your 9 to 5 job, it is in stages. There's a time for it. Your youthful age, it's okay. For your youthful age, it is okay. But for your old age, you cannot continue with a 9 to 5. you will have to have something that you have built for yourself, and this is something that you have to do in the mid time of your life. So that's something that you've got to understand. Okay, I am not against the 9-to-5 job. I am for it, and you've seen the amazing benefits that it can have. You get the point now. So if you currently have a 9-to-5 job, appreciate it, cherish it. But while you're doing that, I want you to remember that even though it will help you to meet up with your bills, it will never make you rich. If you want to be rich, then you must learn how to multiply the income, how to multiply and generate more income. I've done lots of videos. I'll just put them in the description box below so you can see how to create multiple channels of income. All right, that'll be all for this video. I believe that you've learned something. Let me know what you think. Are there other benefits that I've not spoken about? Put it in the comment box and let me know. I would love to really hear from you. Until then, keep cracking the money code.